When I was 13, I started having painful periods. I actually was really suffering, and when I was 19, I started having it where I couldn't even function. You're hot, you're sweaty, you're clammy. You feel like you're almost stuck in fetal position because it's the only place that you can get comfort from. And it's awful. I can't describe it to somebody other than those feelings. It feels like someone is ripping out your insides. I'm 19. I go to the doctor expecting that I'm going to have some answers in my healthcare, and I was surprised to find out that no one really took me seriously. You literally are suffering and no one else can hear you. That's how it feels. It feels like because you can't see my illness that people don't believe it. I was so frustrated, I wasn't getting answers, so I Googled my symptoms online. I actually ended up finding endometriosis online. No one in the medical community had ever mentioned it to me as a possibility.
Endometriosis is where tissue from inside the uterus, which is called the endometrium, and that's a lining that's shed each month with menstruation. Somehow that tissue is able to grow outside of the uterus. So usually elsewhere in the pelvis, such as the sides of the pelvis or the ovaries or on the colon. Endometriosis affects 1 in 10 reproductive age women, which comes out to about 1 million women in Canada.
Some of the literature suggests that many women might be suffering for up to 6 or 7 years before they receive an accurate diagnosis.
It's heartbreaking, it's deflating, it's uncomparable to the type of pain that people associate even with your bodies. The only thing that made me feel any comfort was having that hot water bottle against my stomach. But because of the medication, I didn't realize how hot it was, and it actually burnt my entire stomach into blisters. I wake up in the morning and the only thing I look forward to is going back to sleep. Endometriosis has taken so much from me. It's taken my ability to function at a normal capacity. The things that people take for granted are luxuries to me, like being able to cook myself dinner, being able to take my dog for a walk, being able to go out with my friends, being able to go to work.
When there are difficulties in those domains, they don't just affect those physical symptoms. They affect a woman's mood, they affect a woman's level of stress, they affect her anxiety.
We have an RN, a counselor, a physiotherapist, all at a single center with a gynecologist, and that allows us to have innovative ways of managing endometriosis pain. So beyond surgery, beyond traditional hormonal treatment, but doing things like pelvic floor physiotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness.
BC Women's Hospital was the first time that I felt validated in my concerns. It was the first time that I wasn't just dismissed. It was the first time that someone actually understood what I'd been going through, and it was the first time that I wasn't just another number or person through the door. I was Brittany. You take that for granted, you know, being healthy, but when you don't have your health and people treat you like there's nothing wrong with you, and someone finally says like, hey, we know that you have this and we're gonna help you. Huge. Like I said, life-changing.
There are 2 research institutes devoted to the study of women's health in Canada. One is in Toronto, and this one located at BC Women's Hospital. And we are very fortunate to have this research institute. I feel immensely fortunate to be able to lead this incredible institute. We know that our understanding, our basic understanding of women's biology, of medical conditions, of prevention in women lags far behind our understanding of men's health. First and foremost, we need funding in place, and funding is absolutely critical for science. For good quality science to be done, it can be costly. Come on, go get it. And there's unequivocal data showing that when women are healthy, society at large benefits, both health-wise but also economically. So it's a worthy and a worthwhile area to channel one's resources to.
You never know until it happens to you. And you could be someone's sister, someone's mom, someone's aunt, someone's daughter, and you never think that you're going to be the person sitting in this chair talking about your healthcare until it happens. And how wonderful is it that we have access to BC Women's Hospital and the many amazing staff they have there and the many amazing programs they have there that are life-changing.